Hi, I'm Dave Blundin here at Davos, and we've got Daniela who runs CSAIL at MIT, the Computer Science AI Lab, which is right across the street from us. We're at Link Ventures, across the street from you. So, robots and AI everywhere now. Do you remember iRobot?
Yeah, of course.
So that's the first really big commercial robot that I know of that came out of your world. How many are there going to be?
Well, David, a number of my students are actually working on startups and are trying to take the research to the world, and this is very exciting. We are working on a number of things. We are working on the future of driving with new kinds of autonomous vehicles that are not aiming to be robot taxis. They are aiming to move at safe speeds and do things on public roads. Sorry, not public roads, on private roads. And there are a lot of very interesting and useful things autonomous robots can do. They can bring back the ice cream truck from back in the day. They can do deliveries of food. They can help drive people through large parking garages or malls. They can enable a different level of experience in tourism. Imagine a robot car that looks like your living room, where you could have a meeting in a mobile pod on your commute to work, or imagine a private bubble restaurant that walks down that drives you down the beach as you propose to your sweetheart. There are so many new possibilities. So that's one kind of vehicles that we are trying to bring to the world. We're also looking at the future of warehousing with much more flexible and capable robots, and we are looking at the range of new types of machine learning and software that can bring a different level of coordination for fleet management, that could maybe empower all the parents to schedule and coordinate the after-school activities. That could allow autonomous vehicle fleets to better organize who has to go where to pick up who.
So help us visualize these robots now, because I think whenever you see them in the movies, you think about R2-D2, C-3PO, they're all about human size, because of course the actors inside them are human size. But in the real world, there are swarms of them, for one thing, and they're all different scales. So do you picture them being this big and everywhere? Do you expect them to be? Just help us visualize what it'll look and feel like.
So here's how I think about it, David. Most of the robots we have today are inspired by the human form.
Right.
They're big, huge industrial arms, or there are humanoids, or they're robots on wheels. And these robots are typically made of hard plastics or metals, and they look kind of clunky. I imagine a future where robots will be much more lifelike. They will be made of a wide range of materials. Maybe you can have robots made out of food, or you can have robots made out of paper or silicone or even ice. And these robots could look like anything. In fact, I believe we can awaken 99% of the objects in our built environments and turn them into little robots. And we can also imagine taking inspiration from nature, and nature comes in so many more packages than just humanoids. And just like the robot fish, for example, we are developing in our lab, but we're also looking at robots inspired by frogs and insects and antelopes.
We just saw the robot fish, actually, when you were on stage. And what is the robot fish trying to do?
The robot fish is able to collect data from coral reefs. And since coral reefs are like the canaries of the environment, the more careful detail, the more accurate detail we get about what is happening in the ecosystem, the better prepared we are to predict what will happen with our environment. We're also using the robot fish to peek into the secret lives of fish and better understand their control systems. We haven't done this, but our next experiment will be to take the fish, to get the fish to penetrate an entire school of fish and see if through special maneuvers the fish can actually influence the natural system to do something that we design as being useful or valuable for them.
All right, so I don't want to put you on the spot here by making a prediction, but the drone robots that seem to be all over the lab. They're flying everywhere. Are those going to be flying all over our neighborhoods in 5 years, 10 years? Is that going to happen or not?
Well, it's very hard to tell exactly what will happen, but I can tell you what I would like to see happen, and that's precisely what I would like to see happen. I would really love to see the drones, and the drones have made so much progress in the recent past. I would really love to see those drones bring back custom deliveries. I would like to see the drones take mobility to the next level, where some of the services that are now crowding our roadways can be lifted up in the air, so that roads become less congested.
So when I was at MIT, there were maybe 100, 200 of us working in AI total, and now you have a whole building. You have how many people?
Well, CCEL has 1,200 researchers, and these researchers cover all aspects of computing. That means theoretical computer science, systems, programming languages, but also all aspects of AI. What's really interesting, David, is that today there is so much work that revolves around taking AI to the next level, and this work is foundational. So the theory group is involved. This work is also about systems that need to be engineered in a different way for the future machine learning applications. For instance, imagine a system where machine learning comes as an operation, as a default operation, sort of like a compiler does today. Imagine programming languages that can be synthesized on demand to be tailored for applications. All of these efforts are aiming to advance the field of AI, to advance the science and engineering of intelligence, and to, in some sense, democratize the use of these tools, to bring those tools to a level where you don't have to be a computer expert in order to know what to do.
All right, so you said democratize, so I have to ask you at least one political question, because we are here at Davos, where all the political big shots are. So when I think about what we were doing 15, 20 years ago, the idea that the head of CSAIL would be mingling with heads of state was a non-starter, right? We would go to maybe a IEEE conference or a computer science conference, but you would never be hanging out with presidents. So now if you look at where AI is and where the importance of all these topics are, it makes sense to be here in Davos. Where is it going to be in 5 years and 10 years? Are you going to be hanging out at the White House, or what's going to happen?
Well, again, David, I can't tell you exactly what will happen in 5 to 10 years, but I will tell you what I would like to see happen. And what I would like to see happen is for policymakers, for technologists, and for business leaders to have more conversations, because deploying our research, using our research to make a real impact on the world really requires contributions from everyone. Researchers don't understand policy, policymakers don't understand technology, and neither understand the needs of business. And so bringing everyone together in a way that creates an impactful conversation will help us get to the next level. We won't deploy the AI products without the right policies. And at the same time, the wrong policies will be a disaster for everyone.
Well, this is an incredible crossroads of technology and policy right here. So it's been fantastic having you, Daniela.
Great talking with you.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Thank you.